again. This is part 2 of a video entitled Nuts. I hope you listen to the first one. My name is Dr. Hans J. Kugler, PhD. I'm a former professor of chemistry. I'm running as a write-in, fully on the ballot, in California for U.S. Senator. I explained many reasons why I'm doing this. I'm totally ticked off at Washington. There's no question about it. I think they're under the influence of special interests. I think what's going on there is totally ridiculous. The healthcare legislation sucks. It is nothing else but a government-endorsed rip-off by insurance and pharmaceutical companies. Energy is a total failure in Washington. Here in California, at least we're making a big effort to develop alternative energies. I reminded you that the sun supplies in 1 hour enough energy that this entire planet needs. We talked about the importance of education, bringing jobs back to America, supporting small businesses, health education, and so on and so on. Now, let's cover a few more other subjects that a lot of politicians really avoid. What might that be? Muslims, Arizona, gun legislation, and so on and so on. But anyway, let's start with Muslims. I originally come from Germany. Going back there occasionally, I recognize that many European countries, with a great influx of these countries allowing Muslims to get into their country, within years they will have a 50+% majority. Well, if they were very peaceful, that would not be a problem. But as you have seen, maybe you haven't, but there's a magnificent discussion on YouTube. Is Islam a peaceful religion? And at the end, most people voted no. That's very important. Find it, listen to it. It will be an eye-opener. Well, the problem is that Islam is not really one religion, like Judaism or Christianity, etc., etc. It is a multiple of things. You have a whole spectrum of people in there, from totally magnificent people. I have 2 Mohammeds in my life. One is my partner. I will trust them with my life, with my family, with my house, no question about it. Magnificent people, great scientists, great doctors. But then we have other people in this group, extremists, and other people that don't care or that are afraid to care. And see what the small group of extremists can achieve. They are pushing their Sharia law onto European countries and cities. In areas like in Stockholm in Sweden, the police doesn't even go into certain areas anymore because they have such a high concentration of these terrorists. Sharia law is the real problem. It's not Muslim people. But because nothing of this is settled, until they decide to maybe take those terrorists and lock them up and be truly peaceful to get along with everybody in the world, until then, I would suggest that we are over here and you are over there. Now, the U.S. is also a country where people can take refuge. Should we say no to them? Definitely not. But we can do a lot of things. We should make it 100% clear that we live by the U.S. Constitution, and Sharia law has nothing, absolutely nothing, zero in our country. And any just even attempt to promote this in this country as reason for exportation. No question about it. Maybe we should even make people take a oath of allegiance, very similar to what the Israel cabinet just approved for foreigners that want to live in Israel. Let them swear in the Quran that they are not abiding by Sharia law, etc., etc. Let's see what kind of responses we get there. Anyway, it's very distressing. Again, I urge you, go to YouTube and check out, is Islam a peaceful religion? In the meantime, we are over here. You stay over there. Peace. Okay, Arizona. I'm in total support of Arizona closing down the borders tight. Why? To prevent Mexican people from coming to the U.S.? No, definitely no. I work with Mexican people all the time. They're magnificent. They're hard workers. They're good people. The key reason would be because every terrorist, every criminal who wants to escape from South American countries, from anywhere, comes through South American countries, through Mexico, into the U.S. This is what we have to prevent. Believe me, being part of a police force, I know the data. Okay, once we have achieved that, what are we going to do with the 20 million people from Mexico that are here, that almost all of them are run on false Social Security ID cards with the same numbers of people that live somewhere else in the U.S. They're paying into their accounts. They will never draw from these accounts, etc., etc. It's a mess. It's a total mess. Well, most of these people are just concerned about having a job, and we need them as workers. They're good workers. I'd rather have them than some other whatever people. So, give them a permanent work visa. If they want to go through the paperwork, let them go through this. Check them out. If they are criminals, if they're anywhere in the country wanted by the police, by Interpol, send them back. There's no question about it. It's very simple. What else? Gun legislation. Ooh, how can I say this gun legislation? Well, I have several guns in my house. I feel very safe with that. I think it's my right to do so. I carried a gun many times as a member of a police unit, or for example in the military. I was in the military police for a while. I believe 100%, and that's established facts, that the anti-gunners base their ideas, their fantasies, on total untruth. Wherever you take the guns away from regular people, crime goes up, home invasion goes up, and so on and so on. So all this anti-gun legislation is nothing else but good old-fashioned basic El Toro poo-poo. When I ran for Congress in '94, I got the highest recommendation from Gun Owners for America. And look at this. Today, when you want to buy a gun, you go through a checkout, you have to take safety tests, and so on and so on. I checked this. In the last few days, not one, not zero official gun owners have killed anybody. See, what's happening out there is by criminals, are really not allowed to carry guns, and so on and so on. So, let's have some common sense along those lines. Can we? Anyway, so again, you want to know a little bit more about that, what we're doing, go to www.antiagingforme.com or go to pickensplan.com, go to community, click on community, click on blogs, and find my blog of October 13th. Or go the website of the Tea Party, tbook.org. Again, find blogs and scroll down to my blog of October 12th. We keep these blogs up to par so you know exactly what's going on. Now, please get involved. That's very important. Read those things. Pass this information on to everybody that you know and tell them that there is a possibility to change Washington. And again, if elected as senator of the state of California to Washington, I will do it. I'm not afraid to do that. I don't need this job. I'm very happy with my job here as a researcher in stem cell laboratory. But I will do it. I swear to this by God. And until we meet again, God bless you. God bless America. And to my buddies in the military, Semper Fi.